Okay, so disclaimer, there are a lot of things that I just will never be able to talk to. There's one part of my story that I will never ever be able to talk about. And it's hard because I can't explain shit without that. So there's stuff that I'm just going to completely not even address because it's not just my story to tell. But I was saying in the last video, because of who I was connected to, they made a whole ass example of me. Knowing my story and that I was also a victim, that didn't matter. That didn't matter. Like, the article in the paper that came out about me addressed it very accurately, that I was a survivor that brought another woman into the industry. And that's exactly what it was. I brought women into the industry. Duh. Horrible to say, but that's what happens. And statistically, that's what happens. When you've done what I did, you bring other women into it. Like how it went down with this particular person, like, you're going to sit in my place. You're not getting, like, you've been here for 2 days asking for free shit. Like, no, pull weight or stop asking. Like, that's not how it works. If people know, you know that if you've been in that world, like, you can't just sit here and like beg for dope, bro. You okay? That's not how it works. So when I asked her to leave, she was like, no. Like, I want to do what you guys are doing. Like, I'll help. And I was like, perfect. Knowing full well it was procuring or whatever. It was like under the Human Trafficking Act. There was a whole bunch of charges that I was material benefit. I think I pled guilty to material benefit. So like taking somebody's money knowing it was made in the commission of sex work. In Canada, we have a Human Trafficking Act, and I was charged under the Human Trafficking Act. I don't think the system misunderstood what I was doing. I think the law is weird because I was a female helping other females who were already like doing it. Like, she had said she had already done it before. So I was just like, okay, yeah, I'll help you. So anyways, I don't think they misunderstood. I don't think when they initially charged me, they thought what she was saying was true. And then it just turned out not to be true. And it turned out to be a case that they weren't going to be able to prosecute. So I took the advice of my lawyer and pled out. So I had to plead a one charge. I pled to uttering death threats and procuring, or material benefit. Yeah, material benefit. But procuring was one of the charges initially. I don't even know if I know what that is. Procuring is bringing bitches into the industry. And I was guilty of that too. But I digress. Did you have to fight the charges or plea out? So yeah, I did. I pled out. I had to. I had no choice. I wasn't fighting it. I wasn't going to fight it and make a big thing out of it. When they agreed, because I was doing so well, and the Crown was like, they like investigated my side of it and figured out what happened to me in the past, and like, and they talked about that. Like, it was a tragic, the headline for the paper is, it's a tragic story all the way around. And it was a horrible story. Hurt people, and that's exactly what happened. Were you scared when you got arrested? I was absolutely terrified. I thought I had destroyed my life. I thought I was going to prison. I thought I was going to go on range, and because of the nature of my charges, that I was going to get punched the fuck out or bounced the fuck off. But that's not what happened. That's not what happened. I actually met a girl in jail who had been previously charged by the same girl that had me charged for the same thing. Accused her of trafficking her when she legitimately, willingly did it. But then would have interactions with the cops and like flip on people. Like, this was a story that I had heard about this person. So I was terrified. I'm like, oh, so this has happened before. Like, I'm about to fucking get charged with human trafficking. And that's exactly what happened. I had to plea out to something because I wasn't going to fight it. My parents were devastated. My parents didn't want it in the paper. Thank God that they had to protect the victim and that my name wasn't released, even though I'm out here every day being like, bitch. And initially, even now, my mom's like, do you got to talk about that? Yeah, I do, because what I say, people resonate with it, because I'm not the only one that went through this. Let me just say that. You know how many females have messaged me and said, hey, I got charged with the same thing you did for helping my girlfriend? So, no, I will never not talk about it. because people don't understand. They see human trafficking, they see like Liam Neeson or whatever with that movie Stolen or whatever, and they think it's like you're kidnapping people and like holding them hostage. That bitch, that ain't what human trafficking is. Period on period. That ain't even close. This is the real world. You guys watch too much shit. Stop. It's just like it bothers me that people are so uneducated about what it actually is. You know how many times that people would be like, when initially you say I'm a human trafficking convict, they're like, who did you traffic? Like, at one time I posted a video on Instagram and damn, I had to turn the fucking comments off because they were like, I'm surprised the cops weren't at my door. People don't understand what it is. There's a fucking human trafficking act. It's not, I did not kidnap people. Somebody was like, where's the person that you trafficked? I'm like, bitch, I just saw her at Tim Hortons when I was dropping off my daughter. She was at Tim Hortons. You know? Don't worry. She's good. But yeah, I was absolutely terrified when I got arrested. They interrogated me. Even though, you know, I said, like, I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you without my lawyer. That doesn't matter. They will not just go put you back in your cell. They'll fucking just talk to you for 12 hours while you're going, I'm not saying nothing. I'm not saying nothing. I was terrified. I was terrified. Terrified. I was in jail with murderers and shit. I was fucking terrified. How did your charges affect your recovery journey? I think it is the headline that kind of like draws people in, like, oh, I'm a human trafficking convict. And people are like, what? And initially they're like, oh, this fucking dirty ass bitch, what's this story about? And then they get to know me, and so it's like it's helped kind of like draw people in to be like, oh, I want to hear more. That's the only thing that it's helped. And to be able to explain the scope of how bad it actually got, you know, like, because it's pretty fucking bad, bitch. It's pretty fucking bad. So that, yeah, it's helped in that regard to give people a visualization of where exactly I was, you know. That's where I was. I was in the telly pimping out bitches. That's what they think, and they're like, damn, I want to hear this story. Are you allowed to talk openly about your case? Absolutely. But when I first came out on TikTok, I was not allowed to talk openly about my case. I was even told not to. Did I listen? Fuck no. I was on podcasts and everything. I was talking way too much. Way too much. And I would advise anybody, if you're on bail and you got a real good story and you're in recovery and you want to talk about it, don't. I didn't get in trouble or nothing. It was just very stupid of me and irresponsible of me. That's how dumb I was in early recovery. I was out here talking shit about charges that were not even dealt with yet. Crazy. But yeah, I'm allowed to completely talk about my case. The no contact order is even up. Like, I could go walk right up to her and say, thank you, because you saved my life. You having me arrested saved my life. One day I will. One day I will. I just don't want to scare her. That's the problem. She has really, really, really bad mental health and like schizophrenia and stuff. I don't want to scare her, so I'm not going to approach her anytime soon. But maybe years down the line, if I run into her, I'm going to tell her, you saved my life that day. You did, because going to jail changed the journey that I was on, because it was, bitch, get better or go to prison, and I got better, and thank you, because you saved my life, and you gave my children their mother back. But anyways, I'm running out of time. Did anyone from that life stay in touch with you? No. Nobody that was involved in that case do I fuck with today, because there was a whole bunch of people that were there, that knew the truth, that could have helped me get the fuck out of those charges, that had no intention of helping me. And that's why I had to plea out. I had people who knew what happened, were there, saw everything day in and day out, and could have got me out of my charges, and chose not to, because they didn't want to talk to the cops or my lawyer. So, no, I don't talk to anybody from that life. Or not from the life, from that situation. My charges. Fuck those motherfuckers.